Let's just go 115. I'm actually gonna start adding a sampler because most of her beats are like sampled in a way where you can hear that it's sampled, which gives off the very cool aesthetic. Actually, these piano ones might work. Let's try to drag that in and see. It's like an odd chord. I love sampling because you can sometimes get odd textures that you wouldn't have thought of if you just played it on the actual piano. Let's try to see if we can make a beat over this and see if we can get somewhere. Start with clap. Clap. I typically go clap one shot and then just browse through and see if we can find anything. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, now that I'm hearing it up against the clap, we need the sample to sound a lot more upfront. You could either do this by just taking an EQ or saturating. I think I'm gonna do a combination of it. Distortion. Gonna go visual EQ here and just drag. Making sure there's room for the bass there. Then we drag the tone a little bit here. And then I want to see if I can get maybe like a doubler just to get it a tiny bit more stereo without the modulation, because that's like a chorus thingy where it gets detuned. The clap, I just want to clip really quickly. I need the kick to have a little bit more of an aggressive tone. Typically, you could actually do that with a clipper. Just hats, hi-hats, hats. I like some of these actually. I'm just gonna chop this loop up because I want to have it actually feel slower, because typically with Doechii, she is rapping very fast, meaning that if you also had a fast hi-hat beat, it might seem a bit too stressed. Last roll on a new track and just like fade it up a little bit because it hits on the clap, and then just turn it down. I think I want to grab like an open hat. What I want to do is actually fade it in a little bit so it just like kind of side chains to the kick. Could even automate the pan so it goes from side to side or something. Okay, so for 808, there are a bunch of options. Could try a sample, but I'm also just gonna browse through the actual instruments because for some weird reason I like playing it on the keyboard. I don't know why, man. I really don't know why. I want to have a release to it so it seems more decay, more natural. Just gonna quantize it really quickly here, and then I think I actually want to transpose it down a semitone. Just gonna see if this open hat might be better. Alright, I want to have the main loop have a little more energy, and let's open up effects and just get brightness. Maybe just do the brighter thing. Let's give it a little bit of reverb just to give it some space in the mix, but not too much. And now that I'm at this point, I feel like the kick might actually not match the 808. So I'm just gonna open up kick, one shot, see if we can find something else that fits better. Okay, you can already hear the phase between the 808 and the kick is much better with this one. Alright, so now all I need is some clipping. Yeah, that's a lot better in the mix. I do have an issue with the double 808 roll here. Maybe the clap needs a little bit more energy in the high end. I would typically do that before the clipper, just so it clips the high end. Maybe honestly, even just do it with an EQ. Just to give it like a really exaggerated effect. I want to make some of the hi-hat hits here have some reverb, just so it feels a bit more ear candy in the mix here. All that's left to do now is just make the beat sound good and make the arrangement, so let's make that happen. Gonna make the clap roll a little bit here. Just do like a volume automation. It's probably the easiest way to do this. So we end up a little bit lower than the actual clap, and then we just do this. I want to do like a little break section before it goes back into the beat. But for beats like this, it honestly needs to be really simple. Like the rap and the complex lyrics scheme and rhyme scheme and everything really carries a track like this. So I don't want to overcomplicate the beat. I don't want to add like chords. I don't want to add all that stuff. Maybe like a drum breakdown would be cool. So let's make that. And so it would be cool to have like a filtered reverby clap maybe. So just like take all the high end off, add a reverb maybe. And you can hear when you pitch stuff down here, it loses some of the high end. That's pretty common with pitch shifting because you're changing the track, so you can add in a little bit more high end. Let's see if we can find a drum loop that fits on the break here. That makes more sense context-wise. So I have this. I want to add some reverb to this hi-hat as well, just to give it a little dimension, because it does carry the groove a lot. I want to have the kick go. Yeah, all that's left to do here is just add some effects. Let's go effects, hip hop, and just add these. I love these hype trap packs for this. Just like a background chant here. Oh, because it gives like a sweepy atmosphere here. So if we just keep this for the part here. I love adding in like noise and effects in the background just to really make stuff transition and flow smoother. You could even add in like the yeah, so just added in a few effects and now we have the final beat. So yeah, that's the final beat. That's a Doechii type beat. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you want to see in the next one. Yeah, catch you in the next video. Peace.